President Trump did something that needed to be done to the Mockingbird media for a very, very long time. I don't know to this day if President Trump knew how devastating the phrase fake news was. He creates nicknames all the time. Some of them stick and destroy. I don't even know if he knew at the time how right he was. Now, we've seen through USAID and that data all sorts of money being shuffled off into these organizations. So they're coming back and saying it was for subscriptions. $90 million in subscriptions to the federal government, to Politico, so the federal government can know what's going on in the federal government. They're the federal government. Secondly, people can pay for this on their own. Third, political articles are rewritten the day afterwards and blogged about, unneeded. I still don't think we know the degree to which the Mockingbird media is corrupt through corrupt companies like the fact that medical companies, like pharmaceutical companies, control 9 of the top spending slots on national television, in old school media. I still don't think we know how much of that money goes that way because it's effective versus the fact that it's effective at getting them good coverage. President Trump was speaking about MSNBC, Nicole Wallace, and Rachael Maddow. And he talked about them in, well, sort of unflattering terms, shockingly.
We saw Democrats' behavior during your joint address to Congress. Yeah. Do you think it shows just how out of touch they are with the American people? Especially
that's
given
a soft.
79%, according to a CBS
Let me give you a softball question
approved
here,
of
President.
I love this guy. Who are you with?
My name's Nick Gilbertson with Breitbart News.
I see. I really liked your questions.
Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing.
The answer is just, Nick, and I know your name very well. Good job, you do.
Oh.
Yeah, the answer is I thought it was very embarrassing for the Democrats what happened the other night. And that's not said for any other reason other than it's obvious, it's fact. Even CNN fake news said that. They came out and they said it. And worse than CNN is MSDNC, which is the worst. And the good news is very few people watch them anymore. They have lost such credibility. And frankly, what Nicole Wallace said, I've never been a fan of hers, and she's not very talented. But I'll tell you what she said the other day about that young man.
What she said about that young man. He goes on to say that they should all be fired for the ratings and what they said about that young man. But I have an idea about what they said about that young man. Let me share this with you in just a second. I had an idea years ago that I wanted to trade being big and fat and strong to being, let's say, lean and able to move and healthy and having fun running and jumping. So I've achieved that goal. I'm in late 50s, about said 70s. I've got about 10%, 9.9% body fat, and I've done really well in the scaled old man version of the CrossFit Games this year. Praise God and praise good coaching. But I also made this decision to take on my own health. So I'm my own general physician. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I know what's going on with my body. I know, for instance, if I'm going to do what I need to do, I'm going to maintain muscle. So I use Masszymes from Bioptimizers. Produces 1,600% or so more amino acids in your body. And it's amino acids that build muscle and hold on to muscle, not protein. I also know that I need help digesting food as an old man, so I use Probiotic Breakthrough. Helps me digest this and get more nutrition for every bite of food. And then I know myself. I drink a garbage load of caffeine because of what I do for a living and when I do it. So I need to counterbalance that with Magnesium Breakthrough, which helps me sleep through the night and relax. You know your body, you know what you need, and Bioptimizers has you covered with decades in this business. They're one of the good actors in the supplement business. Go to bioptimizers.com/Todd. You get 10% off all their products there. And when you subscribe, you never run out of product and you get exclusive discounts. It's bioptimizers.com/Todd, promo code Todd. So President Trump brought up something that they said about this young man who went there dressed as a Secret Service agent. This is part of what they said.
This was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump's supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
You hope nothing of the kind. You hope they go through all of that. You're talking about a little boy and you're talking lies. You have absolutely no proof whatsoever that those officers, because of the events at the Capitol. And just for me, I find it the tiniest bit suspicious that many cops after an event like that. My big idea, President Trump, platform these people. Platform them. Get your best people together, Stephen Miller, Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard. Bring those people into the White House and platform them. And do it this way. Hold that event in Joe Biden's fake White House, the fake Oval Office. And start with this question. Why did you guys never admit Biden was faking it in this room?